Yo, 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 yo. Oh, man. Oh, man. This is the Uppercut Podcast where we hold no punches, man. And I got a special, super special guest with me, man. A fucking Bronx legend. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Wild Bill.
Wild Bill in the building. BX Wild Bill.
Huh?
Bronx legend.
Huh?
Been around the block and back more than once,
Right.
But I'm here, to tell my little story.
Right.
And tell how things, panned out for me.
Right.
You
Right.
know?
Nah, I appreciate you pulling up, and I wanted to kind of get straight to it, how did you get that name?
How did I get that name?
Yeah, Wild Bill.
Well, I'm from the west side of the Bronx, right?
Yeah.
And, I was wild like a little cowboy. And they gave me that name, Wild Bill, as a joke.
Oh.
It was like, yeah, we called him Wild Bill.
Mm-hmm.
That's a joke. We from the west side of the Bronx, Tremont and all that. And when they gave it to me, I didn't like it at first.
Uh-huh.
And everybody kept on playing with me, saying it.
Right.
And that wound up sticking.
Oh.
And then I went, and I got locked up, got jammed up. People don't really want to give up their first name. So that kind of stuck with me as a nickname. So, and then my name blew up as I was on the island doing my thing.
Right. Right. So, like, how was it, like, growing up in the Bronx at the time, like, when you was,
I grew up in the crack era.
Right.
I got an older brother. He was in the game. He was deep in the game.
Mm-hmm.
He's a legend himself,
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people don't know that's my brother.
What's his name?
His name Tymel.
Okay. Okay.
He's a legend.
Okay.
He's been doing this for years,
Right. Right.
So, but I'm not under his umbrella. I got my own name. He got his own name.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, a lot of people don't know that we even family.
Oh, okay.
So, but he was doing his thing. And as a young kid, I looked up to him. He was getting money at, give or take, 16, 17. He got bags of money coming in the crib from out of town.
Mm.
So, me, I ain't gonna front. I was digging in the bag, stealing. He ain't know it was too much money. He ain't counting that.
Wow.
So, and I was stealing his money, taking it, buying shit for my pit bulls and like that. But
no, because I ask you, because like, how was, like, when was the last time you've been in the Bronx?
I go to Bronx like every other month. I come through.
Okay.
I don't hang out on nobody blocks though.
Why?
Yeah. Because I don't like the Bronx. I don't like the police. And it's too easy to fall victim. I can't make a mistake. I make a mistake, there's no coming back.
Right.
They're not going to give me a slap on the wrist here, 6 months here. They're going to try to put me away. They don't believe I belong on these streets right now. And
Wow.
I'm winning, so they don't want me to win.
Wow. Like, because, I ask you that because, like I said, like, from your perspective, how was it? Like, what's the difference between then and now, in the Bronx? Like, just from the looking from the outside in, or
then and now is from back then. You ain't have cameras. You got cameras everywhere.
That's true.
That's one. Two, the police didn't have control. Police was running around with 38s at the time when I was on the streets getting the money. They ain't have these Glocks, and the police wasn't together. You had transit police, housing police, and regular NYPD. They didn't have control over the city.
Wow.
So it was way harder then. The drug dealers had control. They ran things. You go to the drug dealers who had the block of the neighborhood and you ask them to cut something down. If old people getting robbed or whatever, you go to them.
Wow.
They laid the law down.
Right.
But it's a big difference between now and then. And it's like the sense of direction. It was negative, but it was a purpose.
Mm-hmm. Right. But then why do you think it's not like that no more? Like, like you said, like the people had kind of control in the streets per se, right? People use, but now it's not. I don't
no control. It's out of control because you can't tell these young men these days or these grown kids.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tell them anything. They don't want to listen to the adults. They don't want to listen to nobody.
Why do you think it's like that?
Because all the leaders got locked up for long periods of time. All the people they looked up to, and they had to figure this thing out on their own. And the internet, that plays a major part. So they look at certain things on the internet and believe, that's how it's supposed to go.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a lot of single parent homes, even though I grew up in a single parent home, but you had families on the block that had mothers and fathers, had, you know, a way somebody had guidance. And, I was the family that the kids that had mothers and fathers was doing good and all that. They tell them, don't hang out with them kids, don't hang out with Bill. Or they call me Daryl at the time. Don't hang out with him. He's a bad influence. Don't go to his house. Stay away from him. They don't get you in trouble.
They said that about you?
Hell yeah, they said that about me and all my brothers. It was a bunch of us. We had a house full, because
why do you think it was like that?
Because we didn't have no guidance.
For real?
We didn't have no guidance. We didn't have no real men in my life. So it was nobody to really guide us to do the right thing. My mother, she worked her ass off and went to school.
Wow.
But she wasn't there. My aunt was there, raised us, and she couldn't control us. We in and out the house, we doing what we want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So
damn.
It was different. It was more of a physical era.
Mm-hmm.
You had to do fighting, a lot of fighting. I fought so many people in my neighborhood.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Just
because it was sports, get mad. I had a temper.
Right.
I had a bad temper.
Right. And I want to talk to you about that too, because you did say that you was angry a lot.
Yeah.
Why do you think you was so like, because I'm kind of was like that too. But I had my parents who always worked, so I was kind of raised by my grandparents.
Yeah.
But I was like kind of like angry a lot.
I can't say I think it's because I lost my father, I lost my grandmother, my grandfather, all in 1 year, like back to back. Damn. So that took a toll on me. I ain't have the right counseling.
How old were you?
I want to say around 11, 12.
Oh shit.
I was young.
Right. And like how'd you feel? Like
I felt
Did you
bad.
feel anything?
I felt mad. I was upset. I lost my loved ones, to see them dwindle away of cancer. My grandmother, my grandfather, they both had cancer. My father died in a car accident.
Oh shit.
Day after Christmas. Or a couple of days. He was in an accident a
was
day
it
after
fault?
Christmas.
Was it like someone else's fault?
It was somebody else's fault. They was left my house, right? And my older brother, like me and him had the same father, he came there, he put my older brother bike together and was like, I'll be back to put your bike together.
Mm-hmm.
Left my house, got in a car accident on the Cross Bronx on Jerome Avenue. Got in a car accident. Everybody died in the car except my uncle, my father. My father survived about 2-3 weeks. Maybe longer, I'm not sure because I was a kid.
Right.
Then he wound up passing. So my bike never got put together. So that might have been the start of me being mad.
Wow.
But it hurted.
Right.
And I just had to deal with it. And like I said, nobody sat there, counseled me, talked to me. I didn't get the help. It was like, just move on, chalk it up and go.
Wow.
And this was at a young age.
Right. Wow. And then what? And then when did you get into the system then? Like after that?
Juvenile. I went to juvenile. I got in the system.
Well, how old is juvenile?
Juvenile was
what? 13?
Maybe 10 years old, 10
to shit.
14 or 15.
Right.
But I went in juvenile young. I went in there. We're gonna say, let me think. I was like 13 or 12 or 13.
For what?
I was robbery, assault. These are different crimes. Think gun possession. I had like 3 or 4 different cases because at the time they was letting me out.
Right. So you
get locked out. You get locked up. They let you right back out. I had a 3-man crew. My 3-man crew. I'm not gonna put their names out because one of the people in that 3-man crew, almost 30 years later, told on me. That's how I wanted to get in the Fed bid. But we had a 3-man. We had a 3-man crew, and we would take turns when we get in trouble to get somebody to pick us up. You got to call your mother this time. Or you got to call your mother. Or you got to call your mother. So they didn't know, and they'd release us to whoever came and got. They'd come get all 3 of us.
Wow.
So.
Wow, so you was getting in trouble in an early age. and
Early
shit.
age, stealing bikes. You know, I was in everything. We was, oh man,
and then you kind of graduated to the big leagues and all that.
yeah, yeah. But even I'm gonna tell you,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Talk to me.
Even when I was a kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, back in the day, we used to, rob the train styles, right? The token booths and all that. Not the actually booth, but we used to jam the token booths up, right? We'd jam them up and they'd use one box. It'd only be one working and they got to buzz you in to get on the train. That's when they had tokens. This is way back.
Yeah. I
right?
remember.
So we'd jam all them up. It used to be like 3 turnstiles and they'd have a box next to the door and they'd buzz the door. The token booth, the person that worked the token booth, he'd buzz the people in. So all day they putting money in this box. Now this box had a little rinky-dink lock on it. So we'd wait all day. So all the money that was going in to this box, and we'd come there with a lock cutter, cut the box, cut the lock off, snatch a whole bag.
Wow.
I mean, this bag used to be so heavy.
Right.
It took 2 of us to carry it. We running.
Wow.
And we running, That
and
was,
did you get caught?
not. We got away a bunch of times before we did get caught. I'll tell you about when we did get caught. It was funny. But we was breaking these things. We was selling these tokens. We'd go to 42nd Street.
And how much would you sell it for?
I think the tokens was $1 or 75 cents. But we was just dumping them. We had, after we split, between 3 of us, we would walk away with like $700-800 a piece.
Wow.
So, and we 12, 13, I mean, we was fresh to death.
Wow.
Gold teeth, jewelry. We was fly. We some fly young dudes. But we'd sell on them. Go to Skate Key.
I heard of Skate Key.
Yeah, we go to Skate Key, the one on Arlington, the original Skate Key, We'd go there, mess with the girls and stuff like that. But yeah, we was fly.
So how'd you get caught?
How did you get caught? All right, one day, we in the goddamn train station, right?
Yeah.
And we like, we did it. We don't know nothing. This one, they had transit police.
Yeah.
We on 180th, the 2 and the 5 line. It's a transit station right there.
No.
We trying to rob the train style in the goddamn transit police station.
Right.
We get to working on this thing. We cut the lock. We get to running. Police came out from everywhere.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that wasn't a good look.
And then you did time for that?
Now they let me go on that. They let me go, but eventually I wound up doing time because they ran all the cases that I had concurrent, and I got a youthful offender status, so that kind of protected me, So when I went to the big boys, I had like a clean record because I had the YO, the youthful offender status.
Right.
So, but that was good. But that money right there, robbing them train stations, selling tokens, doing things that we did other things in the past, but that was like the start of getting money.
Wow. That's that's wild, Well, who gave you that idea about opening that thing, though?
You want to know the funny thing, right? Old dirty bastard cousin.
Old dirty bastard?
Old dirty bastard cousin from Brooklyn wound up moving to the Bronx with his father, and we clicked up. And he used to come out with so many different schemes. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
that's his cousin. His name Man.
Right. Are you still good with him right now?
Yeah, I'm still good with him. I still talk to him.
Oh shit, that's fire.
Years later.
Wow. Yeah. Like, are you good with did you ever meet ODB?
Yeah, I met him a few times before he was ODB.
Oh shit.
Before he was ODB.
That's fire.
I met him.
Yeah, rest in peace to him too.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Man, I always felt like he was fucking different when it comes to this rap shit.
He always been bugged out. Like I knew him before he was ODB. Like his family had money from back in the day. His grandmother had houses in Brooklyn, a couple of houses in Brooklyn, Oregon, and Florida.
Oh shit!
Right, so she had one brownstone in Brooklyn where all the teenagers used to hang out. Where that's just for y'all. Y'all don't want to go to school. Y'all don't want to do nothing. That's where you hang out.
Right.
And then they had another crib where you're going to school and everything. The aunts ran it. So they came from fame. They came from money. They family, the grandmother did what she had to do. But that's a whole nother story. Because we'd drift off and go somewhere else. We don't want to drift off and do that.
Right.
But he was the one that was the mastermind of a lot of my schemes. A lot of our schemes. And then Also, we used to break into the Joker Pokers.
What's that?
You don't know the Joker Pokers and slot machines that be in the back of grocery stores?
Yeah.
So they was illegal,
Right.
right? So they didn't have them in the front, so they was in the
In the
back.
back. Right.
So we go in the back and we unsupervised.
But they just thought that you were playing the games or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know the slot machine?
Yeah.
Yeah, they thought we was playing the games. Yeah, we was playing the games. Yeah. We was breaking into them joints, right? And that was like another hustle.
Right.
And that was like, yo.
Holy shit.
So at a young age, I was seeing a few dollars.
Right.
You know, I was used to having money. And this was like the type of money that you can't ask your mother for.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I'm used to having money. So I asked my mother for $20. She, boy, what you need $20 for? You know, like, and I'm like, yo, I wouldn't ask her. I got a couple $100 in my pocket. I'm cool.
Right.
We used to always find a scheme. My mother's, where you get the new clothes from? We blame it on somebody. Or such and such took us shopping or such and such. We come up with a lie, whatever it was back then.
Right.
But
that's funny, man. And you know, like, and then you know, why did you go to Rikers Island?
Why did I go to Rikers Island?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the story itself. I was hustling, and one of my best friends got shot. In the process of getting shot, I killed the person. I got a manslaughter charge, so I went to Rikers Island for a manslaughter. You know, and
how many times did they give you for that?
They gave me a 5 to 15.
Oh shit!
But on the 5 to 15, I wound up doing 12 years, well, almost 12 years.
God damn! So you did an extra 7 on top of the 5.
Man, listen, they was giving work release for violent offenders at the time, and I fucked that up. I messed that up. I could have been home on work release in 3 years.
What? Within the 5 to 15?
On the 5 to 15, I could have been on work release in 3 years.
For a manslaughter?
For a manslaughter.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So, kind of, can you tell me the situation? Like, what happened?
What happened?
In that situation?
That I caught the manslaughter?
Yeah.
My friend got robbed. He was on the block.
Mm-hmm.
He was trying to build up his block,
mm-hmm.
and he got robbed.
Mm-hmm.
So after he got robbed, you know, we found out who did it. We told him who did it, and there was a back and forth thing going on with this crew. It was a stick-up crew, right? It was a back and forth thing going on, and then somebody on the other side, you know, not on my team, on the other team, got killed. So now they out for revenge. So we at the party. We had a house party at the time, and that's when the shootout happened. They wound up shooting my friend. I think he got shot 4 times.
Damn.
You know, and I'm not in touch with him. I don't deal with him at this time because he didn't do what he was supposed to when I did all that time. You know, he just left me for dead amongst other people. But that's another story. But when they shot him, only thing I knew is I can't let him get away with it. And I did what I did. And like I said, it was a little shootout. He got shot. The individual got murdered or got killed, whatever. And that was that.
So the person who got shot, your supposedly your man, is still survived?
Yeah, he lived.
Oh, shit.
He lived. You know.
And wow. So you did that time for that, and then they gave you a 5 to 15.
Yeah, they gave me manslaughter. Like at the time, there was so many murders in the city.
Wow.
Like people wasn't really getting hit with a lot of time for
Makes
murders.
Sense.
You
Makes
know,
sense.
The crime was so high.
What year was that?
This was 1992.
Wow.
You know, so it was crack everywhere, heroin everywhere. The city, the Bronx was ran down, and you had, this is the David Dinkins era. You know, that was the first black mayor of New York. This was the time he was in office, and you had Cuomo, the father, Governor Cuomo.
It was Mayor Giuliani?
This is after. This is, once they left, it was Giuliani and Pataki came into office, governor and mayor.
Right.
And they did a tag team,
right.
And they cleaned up the city.
Right.
But they didn't do it in the right way. They did a lot of people dirty.
Right. I heard.
They did a lot of people dirty. So, but before they came in and cleaned up the city, because they cleaned up the city, you know, the city was way out of control. They unified all the police together. They took them 38s because they was outpowered. You know, they run around with 38s. I'm like, I'm going to say at this time, I'm 15 years old, right? I'm going to tell you a story. I'm 15 years old. And I'm in the Bronx. Weed wasn't legal at the time.
Weed,
yeah.
But yeah.
I'm smoking. I'm on Burnside, right? So the police officer standing on the corner, he tell me to put that shit out. I tell him, man, put what out? I ain't putting shit out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He like, what you mean? Put it out. I told him, I was like, yo, motherfucker, you fuck with me. My gun bigger than yours type shit. And when I told him that, he thought about it and turned and walked away. You know? And I continued on walking, smoking my weed.
Wow.
You know, so like I said, they didn't have no control.
Wow.
The city was out of hand. So when Giuliani and Pataki got together, they pretty much unified all the police, and they start making they start cracking down. They already had the laws, but they start really cracking down on them. You know what I'm saying? Following up on a lot of things. So you know.
Oh shit. Yeah, I remember my pops was telling me like he got pulled over by cops and they were like both drunk. Like back in the days, you know? Like they were both drunk, the cops.
Yeah.
He smelled alcohol on them and
Yeah.
like it was just like a Wild Wild West type shit.
Yeah,
like,
it was crazy. I got stopped by police one time, right? I had a gun on me. I had a 9mm Browning, a baby 9, right? And when they pulled me over, they stopped me. They frisked me. They took the gun out. They looked at the gun and they was like, yo, this gun better than my gun. You know, because they had 38s.
Right.
And they told me to beat it and kept the gun. When I went and told people the story, they like, yo, what happened? I said, yo, police took the gun. They was like, nah. I'm like, yo, they took it. You here? And they took the gun. I'm like, yeah, I said, either they going to keep it for, because it was nice. I said, either they going to keep it for themselves or they going to set somebody up with that.
Wow.
You know, so.
It was like that?
Yeah, it was like that.
Holy shit.
No.
So, and then, because, you know, when I hear like when I hear that the year like 92, right?
Yeah.
And you said that you was locked up in 92. Like I hear about like in 92, 93, that's like where supposedly all the killers, all the youth was like all those craziest motherfuckers in the 5 boroughs was all there. And it was just like a lot of shit. And
it was like
Bloods.
Yeah.
I guess they made the Bloods at the time. So like, can you kind of go through it? Like, so you young, like you said, what year? Like, how old were you when you went to Rikers?
I was 16.
Oh my God.
I was 16, but a 16-year-old now compared to a 16-year-old then is completely different. At 16 years old, I had a car, I had a motorcycle.
You had a car and a motorcycle?
Yeah, I had a car and a motorcycle, man.
How? Like
on the grind. You know, I was doing my thing. You know, I wasn't rich. You had other people getting way more money than me.
Right.
But I was on the streets. The money was out there plentiful. You know, it was so much money. You know, so you could get things like that. You had a lot of younger dudes like that had projects, that had blocks.
Wow.
You know, so it was different.
Right.
We wasn't playing video games.
Right.
You know, we wasn't doing none of that. We was trying to get to the bag at a young age.
Right.
So the mentality was different. And when I came to the island, I was like, I thought I was the shit. I get on the island. I'm like, yo, I gotta touch the phone. Just that and third, I got a body. I killed some. I got to touch. They like, yeah. So do half of the people in the unit. God. They got bodies too.
God.
So it was like it was different.
So like, so can you take me to the process where you kind of like scared, like you know when you go to Rikers Island, you know, like you hear about the island.
Yeah, I was scared because it was Razor Blade City. Those were the worst years.
Wow.
The late 80s and early 90s, those were the worst years. You know, when I went to the island, I'm just like, yo, I got to go through this, and I'm trying to come out in one piece. You know, and I was told by dudes I was in juvenile with. That was already on the island for a little while.
Right.
And they like, yo, you got a body. you're going to be here for a while, at least 2-3 years fighting it.
Wow.
So I already know, well, I'm going to be here.
So you was in the island for 2-3 years?
I was on the island for 3 years.
Oh shit.
Yeah, from 92 to 95.
Oh my. Damn.
So I seen a lot. I seen a lot of people come through.
Right.
You know, I seen people before, they was big shots. I watched them, you know what I'm saying, curl, walk, and run. You know,
Damn.
now they in position. All the way in position.
Okay.
You know? So, like I said, I seen the transformation with like you said, with the Bloods,
Right.
this whole Spanish and Black war. Because it wasn't really the Bloods. It was blacks against Spanish.
Okay. Can you elaborate more about that? Like, what are you, by the way? Are you Hispanic?
I'm black.
Okay.
I'm black.
You
I'm
just
black.
black.
Yeah,
so
I'm
all
black.
right. So because you do kind of look Hispanic too, like.
Yeah, I got that in my family up with like grandparents and
Got it.
you know.
Got it.
But
So how was it like? You know, like was there like a lot of racial wars at that time? Like
when I first came through, it was more of a Bronx and Brooklyn war.
oh wow.
Because you know, Bronx and Brooklyn always clash. So
Why?
you had is a I want to say an ego thing. Because everybody want to be on top, be the toughest two boroughs.
Right. But I always heard that, you know, because I was locked up in like 03, right? 02, 03. So that was later on. But I did hear when I was younger, they're like, yo, it was a borough thing and Brooklyn had it locked. Brooklyn was, you know, but I was always young, you know, but they're like, yeah.
It all depends.
Right.
It all depends. Either Brooklyn's going to have a lock or the Bronx going to have a lock. Queens ran with Brooklyn, Manhattan ran with the Bronx.
Oh.
And this was before the gang era.
Right.
At least on the East Coast. This is before, but you know, and that's why the Bronx.
And the Bronx is right next to Harlem too.
Yeah,
right.
So Bronx and Harlem stuck together. Brooklyn and Queens stuck together.
Okay, and then and so like, how was it like with this? So when you go in there, and you know, like, how's the situation? Like,
how's the situation when you go in there? They want to know where you from.
That's
the first thing they want to know. And my situation was a little different.
Why?
Because I was from the Bronx, and when I came to the island, one of the Bronx dudes that was running the island, I had beef with.
Oh.
So when I came to Rikers Island, I already had beef from the streets.
Oh, damn.
And it's like, this dude been on the island for 2 years already.
God damn. So he had it already in motion.
He was already established.
Right.
And they like, I killed his man. And the crazy thing is, fast forward this, 25 years later, he found out it wasn't even me that killed this man.
Oh my God.
So me and him was going to war for years.
Wow.
You know, because he thought I killed this man.
So damn. So did you have a lot of problems when you?
Yeah, I had a whole lot of problems from the door.
Whoa.
Walking on the island, once dudes knew I was there, they already tried to put the APB out to cut him, tear his head off, get rid of him. You know, so it was like I walked in. Nah. I'm handsome. I'm still handsome.
No. I didn't want to check that. I'm not checking that, bro. I'm not checking for that. I'm checking for like the cut. So like you said,
I know you checking. Everybody check for the cuts,
but
you know, I be checking too. Like, damn, I made it through that. Yeah.
Damn. So like how? Like you know, because you said like you had problems with already people.
Problems. You know how? Because my mentality was, if I got to cut 100 motherfuckers, not to get cut, I'm going to cut 110 just to be safe.
Right.
You know, so any type of beef or any type of energy that I felt coming towards me, I made it my business to step to my business first. You know, and I didn't care about getting away. You know, so most of the people I cut, I got separations on because I kept on cutting them till the police pulled me off them. So it wasn't, I'm trying to be sneaky, cut you and get away. I'm going to keep on cutting you. And then I'm going to go to the box or the Bing, you know, and me and you got beef and see me when you see me because they ain't going to never house us together because they know I cut you. It ain't like I'm denying it or I try to be sneaky. You know I cut you. They know I cut you. So we'll never be putting the same unit together.
Right. So you said you was in the island for 3 years.
3 years.
I remember, shout out to Haas, right? Like, that's the first time I heard about you, but that was the first time I like saw you on camera. I'm like, oh shit, that was him. And you had a story where, you know, you said that you cut some dude, like, Like I guess it was like a kind of a legendary story where like it was an adult. You went to the adult.
Oh, when I was this adult, yeah.
But right, like so when you go to the adolescent first
I
though.
went to adolescent, right? Let me. I go to adolescent,
Mm-hmm.
right? This is '92.
Right.
I got beef from the streets,
Mm-hmm.
and a dude trying to send all these different Bronx dudes to come at me to try to cut me and all that. Now, there's a Bronx and Brooklyn war going on over a box of Frosted Flakes. Because certain
Stop
yeah,
playing.
yeah,
Stop
over a
playing.
box of Frosted Flakes. Because it was in Fort Upper,
Okay.
right?
Uh-huh.
Fort Upper. They used to eat in for breakfast, and then they go to regular lunch and dinner. So they'd bring the breakfast to the house, to the unit.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a box of Frosted Flakes. So something happened prior to that where the Brooklyn dudes is the Bronx side or Brooklyn side. So prior to that box of Frosties being up there, I guess the Bronx dude, I wasn't there in the unit.
Okay, you wasn't there.
I wasn't there. So the Bronx dude was like, yo, they not getting these Frosties. We going to give them some other cereal, and we going to keep all the Frosted Flakes over here. So they had words, and that's how the Bronx and Brooklyn war reignited, got heated again, because there's always been tension. So now,
wow,
the Bronx dude did that, and he started the whole war. A lot of people got cut and got hurt behind it.
A lot of people got
cut. A lot of people.
What's a lot?
You think? A lot. The building was in an uproar. Dang. Bronx couldn't live with Brooklyn. Brooklyn couldn't live with Bronx. Wow. And before they used to be able to split the house, like one side is a Bronx side, one side is a Brooklyn side. They couldn't even do that no more. Oh. The whole house had to be either Bronx ran it or Brooklyn ran it. What? So now I get caught up in that. So I said my situation is kind of different because I'm beefing with the Bronx dudes, but I'm from the Bronx. And certain Brooklyn dudes is like
rocking with you.
Yeah, because he's beefing with the same people we beefing with.
Got it.
So they letting me live. Because I ain't come through a killer. It took me time to work up to, having my name ring bells. So like I said, the Bronx dude is beefing with the Brooklyn and certain houses I'm going to because, I'm fighting. I got to use the phone. Right. I'm going to be here. I got to get my name up. I'm not going to get bailed out. I'm not going nowhere. Right. I'm going to be here for 2 years or more.
Right.
So.
And you didn't even know what you was getting sentenced to at that time.
No.
Right.
No. I had other cases too. So when I went down for the manslaughter, it's like when you want to run, you tend to become lawless. You want to do whatever you want. So I'm out there shooting people, robbing people, still hustle. I'm doing all type of stuff because I know once I go to jail, I'm not never coming home. I'm not coming home no time soon. So I don't care. So I was digging myself deeper in the hole. So when I got arrested and they finally caught up with me, locked me up, I come to the island. Like I said, it was a Bronx and Brooklyn beef going on.
And so, right, and I don't want to cut your wisdom off, but so at that time, was there bloods at the time?
Nah, it wasn't no bloods.
Okay.
There wasn't no bloods. You had the Muslims, you had the 5%ers, and you had the different Spanish gangs.
So the Spanish already had a gang, like Latin King was there already?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they was. I'm not sure. I can't think. Well, I know Nietas was there.
Oh, shit.
I don't know what the Latin Kings, I don't know if it was Dominican gangs. They came along the way.
But was it Dominican people? Were they always there?
They had numbers, but I couldn't.
No, I'm talking about in the Bronx.
In the Bronx, yeah. They was there.
Yeah?
Yeah. They was there. But it's hard, like, it's really hard to tell them apart. The Spanish, because a lot of them was just mixed.
Because you like, I don't want, I like, while I'm talking about this, I don't want to go left field, but I got to before I lose my train of thought, right? Because you was born, and like in the Bronx, it's kind of known for like Spanish and Black people in there. Yeah. A lot of people say in hip hop, like, I love hip hop, and I want to ask you, do you think that the Spanish people were contributors in hip hop?
Yeah, they was.
But in the beginning, like when hip hop was made, what Spanish people?
They was always there. They was always there. They might not been rapping and been in the front, but the Spanish did the graffiti. They had the style. They did the break dancing. They contribute to hip hop. You might not have too many rappers. I can't think back in the day right now.
Right.
But you didn't have too many rappers, but they was always there.
Right. No, because I want to say, because like Lord Jamar said that they were there. They were there, but they weren't contributors at first. They'd be like, nah, like that's like black people thing. Nah, it's a don't follow the Morenos and like just
because we grew up. Blacks and Spanish grew up. We were so tight.
Wow.
We grew up
but
in the neighborhoods. It was the drugs and the money that separated us.
That's the police. Yeah. But yeah, part of that. But yeah, it was the drugs and the money that separated?
That separated us.
So, but in prison, wasn't there like a lot of like that? Like, that's why I kind of came into that. But like, how did that in the prison work?
It was hard because I grew up with Spanish. I went to school with Spanish kids.
Mm-hmm.
So we was always together mixed. It wasn't no white people there.
Right.
But the Spanish people was always there. We on the blocks together.
Right.
You know, so.
But then how did that, that's what I'm saying. But how did that work when you went to prison though? Like when you, like not in jail, like in Rikers Island at that time in 92, 93, like, are you going to war with Spanish people or are they like, you're not?
Later on down the line, I wound up going to war with Spanish people.
Yeah?
All right. Like I said, Bronx and Brooklyn, me coming through, me dealing with some Brooklyn dudes like me, some Brooklyn dudes didn't. Then I wound up getting in the beef with the Brooklyn dudes over a chain.
Oh shit, what happened with the chain?
With the chain, I let a dude wear my chain to a visit.
Oh, I heard. Yeah.
He went to the visit, came back from the visit. I ain't think nothing of it. It was like a Sunday, so it wasn't no more visits for 2 or 3 days to Wednesday. And then when I was going to get my visit, I said, yo, where my chain at? And he said, such and such got it.
And then you went to such and such and he's like, he never got it.
Yeah. He's like, nah, he told me he deaded you. So now I'm walking around.
Why do you think he did that? Like, why do you think he did that? Like, when you was kind of showing him love, like.
I'm gonna tell you how some Brooklyn dudes to me. Brooklyn dudes is hard headed, right?
God.
They can see you putting work on this person and that person, but feel, oh, that was dumb. He ain't gonna do that to me, and they'll still try you.
Got it.
So, my thing, I was walking around the building C-74, the adolescents, and people's looking at me crazy because he's telling people he dead me on a chain, but he's not telling me that.
Mm-hmm.
He's telling me somebody else got it. So when it was brought to my attention that he dead me on a chain, I was bothered. I was going on a visit. I forgot who came to see me. I went on a visit, but the whole time I'm on the visit, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna kill this dude, man.
Right.
I'm gonna kill him.
Right.
You know? So.
And then what happened?
I come back. You know, it just so happened my older brother, he played adolescent, right? He was in the house with me. He played adolescent because I had so many charges, and he felt I was never gonna come home.
Wow.
So he played adolescent just to see me.
Yeah, right.
To be around me. Because he don't know when the next time he's going to see me.
Mm-hmm.
So we in the crib, me home, couple of Bronx dudes. And I let the dude hold the chain, everything. I come back from the visit. My brother don't know what's going on yet. You know, I come back from the visit. I told my brother, I'm like, yo, this dude say he deaded me on the chain. He said he let such and such hold it, but he's telling everybody else he deaded me. So now, my brother said, what you want to do? I said, I'm going to kill this nigga. I'm going to kill his ass. So he's like, what you want to do it now? Was like, I'm like, yeah, now. So dude was on the phone.
That guy was on the phone.
He was on the phone. Because he was in the house with me. I let him hold the chain.
Right.
So
I can't, all right.
He on the phone. He macking on the phone.
Right.
So me and my brother come out the cell, right? I had a couple of Ajax.
Yeah, Ajax.
Right? I had a couple of Ajax. It was really in a milk carton, half a milk carton.
Yeah.
We used the Ajax to clean our cell, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know what made me grab. I grabbed the Ajax and I'm walking to him and I just throw the Ajax in his face because I knew that was going to blind him.
Right. Did it blind him?
Not really. he was Distraught, he got up. I'm trying to cut him.
Oh,
and
shit.
we in a small area. I
Oh,
don't know how
shit.
he got around me. I'm trying to cut him. He runs up.
Uh-huh.
I'm chasing him down.
Mhm.
Now, while I'm doing this, my brother and a couple other Bronx dudes, they popped off on the Brooklyn dudes that was in the house, that was in the living room. So it's a little thing going on. So I'm
Right.
chasing the dude that I wanted, the
Right.
target.
Right.
I'm chasing. I'm trying to cut him.
Uh-huh.
I'm like hitting him on the arm, his back. He
Uh-huh.
stopped. He shake. And mind you, the hallway
It's tight.
it's tight.
Yeah.
He done did a flip, roll, and all. Yo, I don't know. I cut him on his foot, his leg. I cut everywhere except for his face.
Right.
I'm like, yo, how the hell? And he ran straight. The police is coming out now because they see what's going on.
Right.
So he ran behind the police, and I'm swinging. I almost cut the police.
Oh, shit.
I stopped. You know, he goes. He got little nicks on him, little couple stitches here and there, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
My brothers and them did whatever they did in the day room. I think they cut 1 or 2 people.
Oh, okay.
And now the alarms went off. They take us out the house.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So now I'm just like, I'm fed up. Now these Brooklyn dudes, they want to kill me.
And what year is this?
This is the end of 92.
Damn.
The
So,
end of
okay.
92.
Okay. So they trying to kill you. And shit.
They want to kill me. Now the Brooklyn niggas all want to kill me. All that, look out for him. He was cool because he had beef with the same people we had beef with. All that went out the window. I'm public enemy number 1.
Wow.
And I still got beef with these Bronx dudes.
Right.
So now I got beef with Bronx dudes.
What the fuck?
And Brooklyn dudes. There was only a couple of Bronx dudes that actually held it down, that held me down.
Right.
But I was pretty much on my own because they had their own problems.
Right.
So this is in 2 Upper. So they moved me from 2 Upper to 2 Lower. 2 Lower at the time is a CMC predicate house. Everybody in 2 Lower is there for multiple cuttings. Some people is there for cutting police, but everybody's there. They got more than 10 cuttings under their belt. You ain't coming to CMC at the time. Now it's different. You cut 1 person, you get caught already. You CMC, you red ID, you all this. Back then, they let you get away with cutting 10, 15 people.
God damn.
So this whole house is full of nothing but cutters, right?
Right.
So they put me and my brother down there. They moved the other Bronx dudes. They went wherever they went. I don't know. I was just focused on me and my brother. So they put us down in 2 Lower, the CMC predicate house. We in this house, and you know, Shushan, God bless the dead. You know,
I heard of Shushan.
Shushan, you know, that was his family, his peoples that I was beefing with. You know.
Oh shit.
So he comes down there. He passed dudes something through the gate. The police. His name was ringing bells.
Right.
He official.
Right.
So the police let him get in the house. So he came there. He's talking to dudes in the CMC predicate house. He passed. I don't know if he passed some razors or he passed some drugs, but he told them to get me and my brother.
Are you 100% sure on that?
Yeah.
And then what?
And then what? And then they huddled up.
Uh-huh.
Mind you, all these are predicates. All these are cutters.
Yes.
They huddled up, and me and my brother in the day room, we peeped the move.
I thought that when you're like with the predicate cutters, you're just in there the whole time. There's like day rooms and all that.
Yeah, it was a day room.
Oh,
it's a cell house with day room.
Okay.
You know, because you got individuals in this house that don't have no bang time. They finish their bang time, so now they in population, but that's their population. They can't leave that house unless they get escorted.
Oh shit.
So once they finish their bang time for all their cuttings or whatever, they can't just keep them in the bang. So that's the house for all the predicates.
So you're there, and then what happened? He gathered all of them up.
He said whatever he said through the gate, gathered them. They went huddled up.
Yeah.
They come in the day room and close the door. I always tell everybody that was their biggest mistake. They thought by them locking us in the day room that they was going to just do us dirty, cut us up, and that was going to be it.
And how many people? And then what happened?
What happened?
Yeah.
Oh man, what happened? We tore that shit up, me and my brother.
Only you two.
Only us two. We cut I want to say we cut at least 12 people.
So how many people? How many people was it against you? Like
it was the whole house, pretty much. But it wasn't that many people in there because it's a CMC predicate house. So it might have been 15 people, 18 people. Whole 33 people, but it might have been 20 people all together in the house.
And he closed the door.
They closed the door. They came in. The Brooklyn dudes came in there. They closed the door. Boom. I already knew. It's on. My brother knew. My brother's old. He's older. He playing unless he been through that.
Right.
So he like, once they closed the door, he like, yo, you already know what it is. He tapped me out. So he tapped me. I pop up. I got the razor, the Gem Star, and we just start going crazy. He's cutting, knocking people out. I'm chasing people around. I'm cutting them. I broke my razor. I tell you, I broke razor. I flipped the other side. I'm still chasing people around the table. I'm jumping on the table. I'm screaming, ah! I'm going crazy. I blacks out. I'm coming. My brother said I cut him. He said, yo, you cut me. You spaz out. You cut me. I'm like, yo, I ain't cut you. But I tell anybody, if you want to feel I cut you, you know what I'm saying? That makes you feel better. That makes you sleep better at night. All right, I cut you. But I'm just cutting everybody because everybody to me right now is an enemy.
Right, of course.
So I'm just cutting everybody. Like I said, like 12 people got cut. I cut like 8 people.
You didn't get cut at all?
Nah, I didn't get cut at all.
At all?
At all.
At all? Nothing?
At all. Nothing.
What?
No cuts.
What the?
No cut.
And what about your brother? Oh, yeah, you said that he got cut.
Yeah, he said I cut him, but he got cut. But my brother, he done got cut and stabbed and shot. Shit. You look at my brother, we the complete opposite. I'm brown skinned, he's dark skinned. You could tell he done went through war and back.
Wow. You
know, you look at him and look at me and be like, the complete opposite. You know.
So and then what happened? Like,
so after we cut. I'm cutting, chasing people around. They trying to get out the day room now. You know, my razors broke on both sides. I just happened to look on the floor and see another razor. I guess one of the Brooklyn dudes dropped the razor.
Right.
I picked up their razor.
Right.
I'm still chasing people around. I'm still doing the cutting. I'm cutting till the squad come. The squad come. They take me and my brother out first. Right. They take us to the YME pen and the clinic. They take us out. They put us there. And they bring all the other Brooklyn dudes out. They bring them out. They all cut. Everybody, they bring it to the clinic. They give my brother like a towel to hold on his face because they got to deal with them. Then they deal with my brother, whatever. They said his cut wasn't that bad. So they go through the whole process, the receiving room and write up and all that. So they turned around. They sent us to 4 Upper. Not 4 Upper. They sent us to 4 Main. We go on 4 Main. Now, they sent my brother to South Side. They sent me to the North Side. Right? I'm like, all right, cool. The dude on the South Side, they try to play my brother and then let him use the phone.
Oh, damn.
But he was like, he ready to go crazy. I'm like, yo, chill, because let's wait it out. We already got things hot. There's nowhere else. They're going to put us in the bang and we're going to be done.
Right.
So I'm like, yo, just chill. So the dude tried to play my brother, right? They wasn't letting him get on the phone. So we in 4 Main. There's 2 sides and they got a space in between where they got a slop sink. The bubble's right there in the front in the cell house. We in 4 Main cell house. So they got like a place with slop sink where they feed you at, where like if you eat inside, they got the gate is a little area. I forgot what they call that. Like a for you area, whatever the case may be. So I tell the police, yo, let me in there so I could talk to my brother.
Yeah.
You know, so they cracked me in there, right? And then I'm telling them, yo, crack him. You know what I'm saying? I think the police is Barreto, the Spanish cop or whatever. I think he had 4 Main at the time. So I'm like, yo, crack my brother in, right? So he can come in so we can kick it. You know, they know what's going on.
Right.
So he cracks the bubble open, right, to let my brother in.
Yeah.
So when he does it, he leaves it open.
Yeah.
So my brother tell me the dude that had the phone that was playing games with him.
Yeah.
So I cuss the dude. I go over to slide cuss him and slide back in the thing, right?
The whole time right there.
Yeah, I just cut him right there. Now I'm already, I done cut 2 upper, 2 lower, now I'm 4 Main. It's over. I don't care. So I cuss the dude. You know, the squad, they was like, the police cursed me out. You know, like, yo, I try to do you a favor. This is how you repay me. This is what you do. You fuck me around and all that. So I'm like, whatever. I don't care. You know. So now we go straight to the bang.
Both you and your brother?
Me and my brother. They put us in 1 Main. I think my brother had, I don't know if he was in there for 1 day or 2 days before my brother went to court. When he went to court, he wound up getting bailed out or they let him out, whatever. He got out.
Oh, shit.
Now I'm there by myself.
Right.
I'm in 1 Main and I'm sick. Right. I got beef with the whole building now.
Wow.
So I'm just like, yo, it's crazy. So now you got to go to Bing court.
Mm-hmm.
You know what Bing court is, right?
No.
It's like a hearing for all the infractions.
The cuttings.
The
The
cuttings. So
got it.
I got a whole list of cuttings that I have. So they like, yo, you got to go to Bing court one day.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of days later, after all the cuttings, they said, you got to go to Bing court. I'm like, all right, get ready for Bing court. So they're going to take me. But from 1 Main, you could look out the window and you could see the hallway.
Okay.
Bing court is where the law library at. You ever been in the Ford building?
Yeah.
You know where the law library at, right?
Yeah.
So they had the Bing court on the other side of the law library.
Got it. So you can see everybody in
So
the
I could see the hallway.
Yeah.
I see like 100 Brooklyn dudes going to the law library.
Damn.
Now you can call me what you want to call me. I looked, I said, I know they was going to the law library for, so they could come right over and pop off on me.
Right.
I said, I ain't going to no goddamn Bing court. Give me what y'all going to give me.
You said you're not going to go.
I'm not going to Bing court.
And then what did they say?
They said, all right, they did the hearings without me.
Uh-huh.
They gave me 885 days in the Bing. Yeah, they tried to give me like 3 years in the Bing.
And then what happened?
I did like 11 months and dudes bailed me out.
You got bailed out?
Yeah, not bailed out of jail, but bailed out of Bing, out the Bing. At this time, like you give up razors, bullets, handcuff key. It was like, yo, get my man out the Bing. You know? So dudes like bailed me out, got me out the Bing, but I did 11 months, but they held the rest of the time over my head.
Uh-huh.
And they said, if you get in trouble, you know, you're going to finish this time.
Right.
You know? So when I get out the Bing after 11 months,
God damn.
it's a whole Black and Spanish war going on. But I knew prior. You know, I'm in the Bing, people coming in and out the Bing. I knew prior, but now when I get out the Bing, I have to face that. And you still got Brooklyn dudes that don't like me. Damn. And I've still got beef with the Bronx dudes.
Still?
Yeah.
Wow. Like, while you're there, right, you said like a person like Shoeshine. Can you name like a couple of the peers that you was locked up with? Because like I said, like I mentioned like, you know, I put you on the phone with KA.
Yeah.
Like, did you know him?
That's my boy. KA was my boy. KA was my boy.
He said something like, so for him, he said that there was an incident that he had.
Oh, he got caught up with the situation with Light, the Val.
Light. Right.
They cut 15 Spanish dudes. Right before me and my brother did our thing. They went crazy down there in 10 Lower.
10 Lower.
They was in 10 Lower.
It was a 10 Lower massacre, they said.
Yeah. They scratched Light. I grew up with Light from my hood.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Well, my cousin in the hood.
Right.
Light. So me and Light go back. You know? So I don't know if it was over the phone or over drugs.
Okay.
But they scratched Light.
Right.
They ain't cut him good. They scratched him. And he flipped out. Now, Light is the one, he's the type of individual. He's a pretty boy, got green eyes. He's dead. God bless his soul. They try to rob him. And he tried to beat the dude up. They tried to rob him. They wound up shooting him. He died.
In the streets?
In the streets.
Oh,
you know? But Light is a good dude. Me and Light was in a couple of state jails too together.
Right.
But him and KA, they was down there. Him, KA, Reese. Reese is a Brownsville dude.
Okay.
Reese and Poopy. I don't know Poopy from Best Style from Brownsville. But they was all down there. They was doing their thing.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, for what reason they made them feel they was going to send somebody to cut Light and think they was going to get away with it.
They said that like a Latin King cut him or something. Yeah. A Latin King cut Light. And and then they went crazy. Him, KA, and
they went crazy. Like I said, they cut 15 people.
How do you?
They cut 15 people. They said when the squad came there, after they was chasing people around, and this was a module, so it was 50 people in the house. And
50 people in the house.
There's 50 people in the house.
God.
50 people in the unit. So once they start cutting, they said the squad came in there and everything they thought they had in order. And they said Light felt his face and realized he got cut and broke off the wall and started cutting more Spanish dudes that was already on the wall that the COs had.
Right.
He was cutting from the top of their head all the way down to their ass. He's straight down their back, everything. He started going crazy, cutting. So now everything, nobody want to get cut now. So everybody's running. So it was more chaos. The riot squad didn't know what to do because everybody's moving. They said it was just a massacre down there. Light was just cutting everything, you know. And I don't know the part that Poopy, KA, and Reese, but they was sneaking in cuts too.
Right.
But Light know what I'm saying? He was the main factor of the situation.
Right.
But Reese had beef, K.A. had beef, and Poopy had beef.
Yo, what the?
You know, so it was crazy. But they definitely turned the building red. It was definitely talked about. And when Light went to the Bing, he was on 1 Main South. I was on the North, right? He wouldn't let no Spanish dudes live on his side. And if they came in there and y'all wanted to go to Bing Rec and he catch out there, he was cutting you.
Oh.
So they was just in there, and you had the Headline King dude. He was coming to me. His name was Supra. He wound up turning Dominican something, but he was running Lion Kings. He came to me trying to get me to talk to Light. Talk to Light about my Nitos. They not going out. He not letting them go out. They scared to go out. They scared to go on visits. They scared to leave their cell.
Wow.
Talk to Light. So he gives me a finger, a plastic finger full of weed. Listen, you know what I'm saying? Do that. You know what I'm saying? Just talk to him. So, I broke Light off. Yo, you got to let these dudes breathe a little bit. Light not trying to hear none of that. He not trying to. So he's like, yeah, I let him go out here and there, But Light was on it because, like, he knew if the shoe was on the other foot, they wasn't going to let him rock.
Got it. But then, you know what was crazy? K.A. is Puerto Rican.
Yeah. Poopy's Puerto Rican too.
Oh my God! But they had beef with all the.
But they grew up with blacks,
right?
So it wasn't. We not seeing race in the eyes.
Got it.
Is the people, the Spanish dudes that seeing the race is the ones that need help. The Spanish dudes that grew up with blacks and they fighting, going to school with us, and they fighting and all that. They don't look at blacks as not their brother or not. We all people. We all from the same block, from the same community.
Right.
We got beef with them dudes over there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We sticking together.
Right.
This is the block. So it wasn't no, you know what I'm saying, division amongst us. And like I said, you had other dudes down the line. They started messing with these gangs, Lion King, the Yetas, and whatever. They start going that route with their people. They start manipulating them about the situation. Like, we got to stick together. We got to stick together.
Right. And then he said that there was another dude that he said that you was good with was Gambino.
Yeah, Gambino was good.
From the LES.
Yeah, it was Gambino, and you also had Cisco.
Right. Right.
Cisco was doing his thing. I don't know. Cisco, me and him never built. You know what I'm saying? But his name was ringing bells. And he was holding it down for Lower East Side. You say something at them years, anybody that came through them years, they know Cisco. Cisco was the one that was holding it down from, I think Gambino is somewhat related. I don't know if they were saying they was cousins or they really was cousins.
Got it.
But they was holding it down.
Right. But because when you speak of LES too, I think of Blue Boy a lot too.
Yeah, I think Blue Boy, the Rat Hunter. Yeah. The Rat Hunter Blue Boy.
But he's like, I thought that he was Crip. Like, he changed to Crip. I don't know,
There might be another Blue Boy. It might be more than one Blue Boy.
There's only one. Damn, he's the older head.
It might be,
But he's from the Lower East Side.
You had a few dudes, but the thing with the Lower East Side, right?
Yeah.
Bronx and Harlem ran together. Lower East Side, they was like in their own world because they didn't go with nobody. They built their own strength.
Right.
They built their own strength. So they like I said, I can't say they was like that, but they was like that. Because they was the ones going against. If a Bronx nigga violate, we getting at you. If a Brooklyn dude violate, we getting at you. So we on our own. We ain't riding the coattails of nobody.
Right.
And you got to respect him for that. Right. And that's where K.A. fell. He dealt with you as a real person, as an individual. That's what K.A. dealt with. You a real dude, he going to deal with you on that. Not because you black, you Spanish, or you whatever.
Right. And I respect him for that.
And that's how K.A. And I haven't talked to K.A. yet, except the time you meaning you put him on the phone. And like I said, I got the utmost respect for K.A. because how they move. Right. They didn't need nobody.
Right.
That's
fine. And then because, K is a rat hunter too. Like, he became...
I swore Blue Boy was a rat hunter.
Right.
I was in Clinton with Blue Boy, And they ain't like, I know he ain't like the blood, so he might have been Crip.
Right.
And I'm just assuming he was rat hunter. He might have been Crip.
Right.
I'm not sure.
Right.
No, I'm just going off what I'm thinking.
Right. But were you running with the rat hunters?
Nah. I'm Muslim.
Oh,
I've
okay.
been Muslim for a long time. I'm Muslim, but they call a person like me a renegade Muslim because I did what I had to do to survive.
Right. Oh shit. So you wasn't banging or nothing like that?
Yeah, I was banging, but I wasn't with no gang. I was banging for the cause,
Right.
not because, as they say.
Right.
Like when the blood started,
Mm-hmm.
it was a black and Spanish war going on. So I'm looking at the Spanish are sticking together. I'm sticking together as a black, and I had to go to war with certain Spanish against certain Spanish dudes where I'm side by side by Brooklyn niggas that don't like me. That know if they got the opportunity, they'll cut me.
Oh, but you're side by side with
But I'm
them.
side by side. We going to war, and we got to go against these Spanish because it wasn't at the time in '93. They wasn't yelling blood or the blood. If they was yelling, they wasn't yelling it like that at the time because they didn't have the numbers yet.
Wow.
But that's when it was starting. But it started over that black and Spanish war.
Right. 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 Because because I heard a couple of names like Cockeyed.
Yeah, Kaka, he wound up turning Muslim, but he was with his little crew. They called themselves the Twilight Zone.
Where they from? Where was
They
Cockeyed
they
from?
Kaka's from, I believe, Brooklyn.
Got it.
You even he had Red Cafe. He was there. Red Cafe had Sharif. He was like 27, 28 years old playing adolescent. You had Rain Dog.
Magoo.
Magoo was there. They was all on that TZ Twilight Zone. They were sticking together. You had Shorty Brooklyn with them.
Do you know who China was?
Was China from Connecticut?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know China.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know China. We was in the building together.
Yeah. How was he?
He was doing his thing.
Yeah.
They called him Connecticut. They ain't called him China at the time.
Oh shit.
They called him CT because he
Oh,
got caught. He was from Connecticut. He got caught up here.
in the Harlem or something.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a drug deal. Drug deal go bad, or they was even trying to rob the drug dealers, and his man wound up getting killed, and they put that body on his man.
Right. And he had, I felt like, I heard of him too when I was young, when I was
China did his thing.
China
official. He was predicate.
Right.
He was predicate.
And,
he had something to prove.
Right.
He had something to prove, so he had to bust his gun because they was calling him CT. Like, people would give you a name at the time.
Right.
So he had to build up that China. Somebody probably gave him that name too and just thought he liked that better than CT. But he wasn't a sucker.
Right.
He definitely got it in.
Right. But, he passed away too.
Yeah, I know. They found him in a range or something, dead in the back seat. And then I heard they jumped him at the Barclay. I'm like, yo, dude's put too much work in to go backwards like that.
Right. I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, but he was a little bugged out, I feel like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That time. Yeah.
And like a lot of box time.
Yeah.
And
couldn't think probably his head. He wasn't the sharpest tool in the shed. He knew how to get busy.
No, he was very, very intellectual too. But I just felt like
after the Allen, I haven't seen him.
Right.
When I was in the feds, I was locked up with a couple of dudes that knew him.
Oh shit.
No, they was like, yo, they was talking, yo, you was in New York, such and such, and Allen, such and such, you knew dude China. I'm like, yeah. So a couple of his peoples, I was in the feds with asked about him, and then he got out. Like I said, he wasn't on side. There was a lot of get busy dudes, and the police will let you get busy at that time on the island. Wow. Even on the streets, it was like survival of the illest, man. You can't be saying you doing this and ain't put that work in.
And how come you never turned blood?
Because I was Muslim.
Because you was Muslim?
I grew up under the 5%. You know what I'm saying? The 5% nation. My brother was 5%. All the dudes I was hustling with was 5%. So I grew up under that umbrella. I never turned 5%, but I grew up under that umbrella.
Got it.
I was around all the guards.
Right.
So when I got locked up, I leaned more towards the Muslims than the 5% because the Muslims had more of a structure as far as religion and belief. And I knew some of the 5%ers that I was up under, they wound up converting to Islam anyway because it's but so high, you're going to go with the 5% knowledge. So once they start converting to Islam, I knew that's where I wanted to go. And that's where I turned Muslim. And I turned Muslim on the island, but I didn't know the deen until I went up north. But I was still like, I was a renegade Muslim. I was doing whatever I wanted to do.
Right.
And I ran with dudes that was blood before they was blood.
Oh, okay.
And Like I said, I seen dudes before they got their weight up, and now they got their own sets or they high ranking. They doing their thing, and like I said, I ain't do nothing but show them love because the situation where the blacks and Spanish was going to war. Like I was getting raises, I was having dudes produce raises for me, so I always had a gang of raises where I could give when the war was going on. I'm giving it to brothers. Listen, boom, boom. This is how you got to lock down your house. This is I taught them the game, and then I had a dude. My dude, he's from I want to say Forest. I'm not sure, but he's from the Bronx, right?
Mm-hmm.
He robbed a print shop, right, for 150 raises. It was a box of raises, 3 rolls of raises, 50. Yo, he stole that. Yo, you got to give me a roll. You got to give me a roll.
Oh, in prison he's
in prison, yeah.
I'm thinking outside the street.
Nah, we in the print shop.
Yeah,
he was in the print shop,
yeah.
and he stole a whole box of raisins. So it's 3 rolls of raisins.
Damn.
There's 50 raisins in each roll.
Right.
So I'm like, yo, he hit me off with a roll. Like, yo, here. You know?
Right.
So, I gave it to all the soldiers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, yo, we rocking.
That shit is crazy. That's guns right
Yeah,
there.
that's the guns. We had it. We rocking.
Right.
We good. We armed up because you had the police, the Spanish police, they was giving the Spanish dudes razors and knives. And they was shaking all the black houses down, taking all out, trying to disarm us.
Wow. It was like that. The police was like working together to.
Yeah. Because, Spanish people is a culture. They stick together.
Right.
So if it's a Spanish Latin King CO, those is Latin King brothers. He don't care if he's a CO or not. He's going to make sure his brother's all right.
Right.
So he's going to bring them raises. Who you got beef with? Y'all got beef with that house right there? We're going to shake that house down. We're going to disarm them so they don't got to worry about that.
Wow. And it been happening like that.
It was happening like that.
Some people told me that like black cops would do that against their own, some of them too. Like,
now you had a Spanish lieutenant, you know what I'm saying, named Velez, right? And his right-hand man, the CEO name was Ball. Right? Velez had Martinez and Ball and a couple of them, they were shaking down the black houses, taking on the raisins. And they had Ball, he was doing it, but then Ball, he found out what they was doing. And it was a situation in the parking lot. They said he was fighting the Spanish dude because he found out how they was using what they was doing. And Ball was a tough black guy. He's always his one of his favorite words was, "Boy, I'll beat you like you beat your dick." People he's always say that, "I will beat you like you beat your dick." I was like, this one for crazy. He'll fuck us up. He'll fuck whoever up. Right? That was his thing. He used to always say that.
Yeah.
But they said home in the Spanish CO wound up fighting in the parking lot and guns was drawn. Behind what they was doing.
Oh shit!
Just arming the black houses and arming the Spanish houses. So
wow, that shit goes deep.
It was deep. It was a lot. It was so much going on.
What the fuck?
I'm telling you my story, but people down there, they was going through what they was going through too.
Right.
So going through their eyes, whatever their situation was, they had to deal with that. Like I said, I still got beef from the city.
Right.
I still got beef from the streets, and dudes are still there.
Right.
Certain individuals, peoples is there. They was in position, so they still trying to get at me. So I'm just everywhere I go. I got to be on point.
Right.
I got to get loyal dudes around me that I could deal with. I had to lock it down.
And I want to ask you about also too, because like a couple of people asked me, he's like, "Yo, ask," because how I saw you on camera was through Hassan.
Yeah.
And a lot of people be like, nah, like a lot of people do say Hassan is the truth. Like, like he speaks the truth, but I feel like a lot of also people think that he's a clout chaser and like he's like faking it. Like, and what
my take on Hassan, right?
And he's like, yo, I went to jail for body, this and that. And I'm just saying, like, I appreciate him. You know what I'm saying? He always put through for me. And, and he got an ill story to tell. And I think he shook the internet for sure.
Yeah.
Like every time. So, but what's your take on him? Because like there was a lot of, huh?
He was there. He was there with me at the end of my stay on Rikers Island. He was there. When I was actually going to the adults, we was together in the same unit for like, about, I'm going to say around 6 months.
Oh shit.
We was in a unit together, and I had the team. I ran the house.
Uh-huh.
I ran the house hands down. Like it got to the point where you either with me or you against me.
Uh-huh.
And I will go in the unit. When I go to a house, I'm taking full control of the house
Right.
because I had so much beef. I can't chance it.
Right.
So part of the thing, a part of me taking full control of the house, I got to see everybody who got raises,
Mm-hmm.
who's armed, and so I'll go in the house and do a search and get a couple of people with me. We searched the whole unit.
You guys search it like
I'm
you guys
searching,
supposed to, like you
and
guys
I'm
police.
yeah, because y'all not gonna have no raises around me, and y'all gonna sneak and cut me in my sleep, or
Right.
I'm not paying attention, and y'all creep up behind me, or I used to smoke weed at the time.
Right.
I'm
You
smoking
panic.
weed, and I fall out or whatever the case may be,
Right.
and
Anything can happen.
yeah, I get cut,
Right.
And then I used to work. They had these things called suicide aids, and I'm up all night making sure nobody commits suicide. The police give me the phone. I had the phone, rocked the phone all night, but I still got to make my little round because the police in the bubble sleep.
Right.
So they had the suicide aid. But I'm up all night, so it was like I had to make sure I had the house locked down and I didn't have no enemies in the house.
Got it.
So if I got to strip search and go through everybody belongings like I'm the squad one at a time, this is what we doing. I did worse things than just that, but this is what we doing to lock it down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I know I could be comfortable where I'm at. I could rest my head peacefully.
Right. So. But are you insinuating that you did that to Hassan too or something?
Nah. Hassan was part of it. He was part of the team.
Wow. Yeah.
He was part of that. He knew when we come through, he ate. We had they used to sell cigarettes to adolescents back then.
Right.
I might have a little white bucket with like 10, 15 cartons of cigarettes. I never smoked cigarettes. Then we got sandwich meats, cookies, Kool-Aids. We had the store. We had everything locked down.
I think Hassan said that he had beef with Pistol Pete at the time or something.
I'm not sure. Pistol Pete was on the island when I was there.
Oh, okay.
I was already up north.
Okay, got it.
So whatever his situation with that, that's his situation,
Right.
But I did go to school with Pistol Pete.
Oh, shit.
I went to school when he was a young boy, before he was Pistol Pete.
Got it.
Oh,
damn. So you there's a lot of history.
Yeah, I know, man. Listen. Like I said, I've been around the block and back. I met the dude that allegedly he had killed Dave Mullins.
Who?
Twins. Dave Mullins, twin. He killed him on Thanksgiving. He got him killed on Thanksgiving, the Thanksgiving massacre back in.
Okay.
They said Dave was supposed to have, he was a twin. They called him twin. Me and him was in juvenile together. We was in Spofford together. We was in Camp Cass, and not Camp Cass. He was in Camp Cass with my brother.
Mm-hmm.
But we was in Spofford together.
And why, he killed his parents?
Oh, nah. Dave, he was getting money. I don't know what happened. They called him twin. But Pistol Pete had killed twin. But we all went to Stevenson together.
Got it.
We all went to Steve-O together.
Got
over there by Castle Hill.
Got it. And then you went up north, and how was that after that?
When I went up north after all the trials and tribulation, all the stuff I did on the island, that shit followed me up north. Because now, they always tell you better be careful what you do on the island, because you're going to have them people up there waiting for you when you get up there.
Right.
And they're going to be established.
Right.
And you know how many times I had to go through that?
For real?
I had to go through that. Like, people was like, yeah. Like, when I went to Kasaki.
Kasaki was bad.
I started my bid off in Sing Sing.
Got it.
I went from Sing Sing to Comstock. Then from Comstock, I went to Kasaki.
And was it bad? Like,
all them jails is bad. Comstock is gladiator school.
Right.
But Kasaki is the adolescent penitentiary.
Right.
So they got all the wild boys that was wilding on the island. They got them all in Kasaki. You either in Kasaki or Elmira. I never made Elmira.
I thought it was Comstock, Kasaki, or Elmira.
That's down. But the main jails that they had, where it was popular, Elmira had the adolescents, a lot of adolescents, and Kasaki had a lot of adolescents.
And then what happened with Kasaki?
So when I walked in Kasaki, they put me on what they call that, quarantine, right? They locked me down.
Why?
put that.
Why is it quarantine? Like,
They lock you down to see if you got any enemies, any beef, or what's going on
got
with
it,
you.
got it.
So usually they put dudes on quarantine for 2 or 3 days.
Okay.
Man, they had me on quarantine for like 2 weeks.
What?
Yeah, they had me locked down for like 2 weeks. So
Uh-huh,
now
uh-huh.
I done got visits and all that. So people see me on the visit floor. So
Oh,
now,
shit.
man, people know I'm in the jail.
Right,
I still don't know who's in the jail,
right,
but everybody know I'm in the jail.
right.
So eventually one day they let me out. They're
Eventually
like,
one day, yeah.
all right, listen, boom, put them on the population. Let's see what happens.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
So I go to the population.
Uh-huh.
My first day to the center yard.
First day in
First day in the center yard.
Yeah.
The whole yard gets quiet. The whole you felt the tension.
Damn.
You felt the tension. So now I'm coming to the yard. I get searched, right?
Yeah.
So I got to put my razor where I can't get it. I'm
Right.
saying, so everybody out there, they got their razors, they ready, you know.
Right. But then, well, hold on. So when you get into the yard, like you saying that they're ready, but is it like you got beef with them?
I got beef with dudes in there. I got cut.
Oh,
There's so much shit going on in Kasaki. It's like, yo. I walk in, so the Brooklyn dudes, they all like, yeah, yo, Wild Bill. They got their little corner. They call me over there. I'm like, shit, they gonna kill me. So,
you had beef with them.
I had beef with them. So I'm like, yo, oh man, I'm like, my heart is like, yo, racing.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm looking around.
Shit.
You know, the police is telling me they got these like you got to go down these little 3-4 steps, but they got like a little platform right there, so you can't stand there. So the police, I'm sitting there trying to put my jacket on, taking my time. I'm not trying to walk down it because I know this is a death trap.
Got it.
So I'm trying to peep the whole situation.
Do you have a gun on you?
Yeah, but I can't get to it because the police is right there.
Where's the gun?
I can't. The gun is in my jump off. I got it cut in my pants and tucked in.
Okay.
So I can't just dig in my pants.
Right. Yeah. I get it.
So I can't get to it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I'm trying to move slow and trying to see my next move. Like, they like, yo. So the Brooklyn dude still caught. They come like 3 times. So I'm looking, and then a couple of Bronx dudes happen to see me.
Okay.
They like, yo, Bill, you good?
Yeah.
You good? I'm like, nah. I'm not good. They're like, yo, what you mean, nah? You know, so I walk towards them.
Yeah.
And I start talking. They got a little Bronx little area.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, them Brooklyn niggas, yo, boom, boom, boom.
Right.
They trying to get at me. They talk about, so they like, yo, you got your shit? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Through the block, I pull my joint out. You know, they strapped up. So we go walk over to the Brooklyn dudes, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And they start asking, they was like, yo, what's up? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The Bronx dudes like, yo, what's up?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, what's good? Like, what happened?
Mm-hmm.
They like, yo, we just want to make sure you good. Boom, boom, boom. Like, there was a dude named Bushwick there. A couple of days, like, yo, you had our people's cut, or you cut, whatever. I'm like, yo, what you on? I'm like, yo, I ain't on nothing, man.
Right.
I'm chilling, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm going off their energy.
Right.
So whatever the conversation was, it was like, so we good? Yeah, we good. So me and the Bronx dude spent off. It was my son Ro. It was my son Gotti. You know what I'm saying? And Jern was there. Jern, light-skinned Jern. You know, he had just came from Clinton too. Mm-hmm. So it was a few dudes there. It was like, yo, so anyway, we squared it off, and it was always tension. Mm-hmm. It was always tension, but ain't nothing ever really happened. But I always stayed on point because I knew if they had the opportunity,
they will.
Yeah, they'd get you. They'd send somebody at me, you know, so.
So how long you stayed in there?
I stayed in Kasaki about a year.
Did anything happen in that after that day?
No, I was just tension, you know. Dudes like, we had our little, you know, respect. I don't cross the line, you don't cross the line, and we lived together. You know, it was incidents with dudes saying kites to try to tell the Brooklyn dudes to cut me.
Oh shit!
They said I said that shit. They sent the kite to the dude. The dude was from Brooklyn, but he fucked with me, so he gave me the kite and was like, "Yo, I read the kite." The kite was like, "Yo, when you get the opportunity, you know what I'm saying, cut Wild Bill head off and send my sister the kite that is done. Let my sister know what's done." So I'm reading the kite, and the kite is a letter. You know?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but the people probably don't know what the kite is. The kite is the letter. You know what I'm saying, that they sent to get me cut. So now the Brooklyn dude gives it to me. Like I said, all Brooklyn dudes ain't bad. So he gives it to me. So he said, "Yo, Wild Bill, what you want to do?" I said, "Give it to them."
Give it,
So give it to them. Let them know. Give them the kite. Give them the message.
saying that he got cut.
No, that. All right. This is the story. The dude, the Brooklyn dude, his name is Cash, right? He had cut some in Elmira. They sent him to Coxsackie, but he had to go to court.
Mm-hmm.
So he had to go back to Elmira to go to court.
Mm-hmm.
So when he went to Elmira, a dude in Elmira that had beef with sent him back with a kite.
Got it.
So when he gets the kite, he rings, instead of giving it to the Brooklyn dudes, he give it to me.
Yeah.
So now I know, I read the kite, I give it back to him. He said, what you want to do? I said, give him the kite.
Oh, man.
So he gives it to the Brooklyn dudes.
Right.
So it's like, I know what's up, They don't know I know, but I'm like, yo, I'm on point. I stayed on point.
Wow.
Like I said, dudes ain't like me. It was always tension, always looking dudes up and down. And at the same time, like, even though you in jail, dudes are still trying to stay fresh.
Right. Right.
With their little champion, little chain.
Right.
Timbs and all that.
Shoes,
So we still trying to stay fresh and all that. But, it was like looking dudes up and down. Like, it was always tension.
Wow.
Well, at least to me, it was always tension because I felt like the odds was always against me.
Wow.
But nothing really happened. It was cool there. And then 2 police got cut. Right? 2 police got cut.
Huh.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Uh-huh.
And they locked the jail down for about a month.
Uh-huh.
But they went over everybody's records, and whoever was supposed to have been classified to go to a medium that they was holding there,
Yeah.
they pushed all of us to Green and Washington.
Right.
Green is across the street from Coxsackie.
Right.
So some people went to Green, some people went to Washington, but they had to get everybody that was medium classification out to jail.
Wow.
They had to clean the jail up because it was a whole investigation about why the police got cut. And they tried to lock the jail down. They did lock it down.
Why did the police get caught?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't really know what happened.
Got it.
It was adult. I guess the police was trying to treat the adult, because it's mainly kids there, try to treat the adult like a kid that had a lot of time in, and he just wigged out on the police. He flipped out.
Right.
But I don't know the real reason. I can't say it was told to me, but this is what I'm thinking.
Uh-huh.
Because they was oppressing, the police will oppress you, but this is how they kept order in the jail.
Right.
In that type of jail.
And then, so what happened with that?
They sent all of us, they sent everybody out that was medium classification.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to Green.
Oh, you went to Green?
I went to Green.
Oh, shit.
And that was like another.
What? Another fucking?
Man, I didn't even get my property and we on the walkway fighting.
With who? Who was you fighting with?
The Spanish dudes.
Why?
Because all the shit that was happening on the island.
Oh, so they were
They was waiting. They was like dudes like me and dudes that had any type of power and save black, that had any strength. They was trying to get them out the jail fast.
And then what happened with that? So
when I went to Green, my first day in Green, they sent me to the house with my bed set and all that, and they was like, "Yo, we'll call you down to the receiver room to get your property," or whatever the case may be.
Was you on the north side or the south side?
I was on the new side.
Oh, you're on the new side. Yeah, because I was in Green. I was in Green, so I know. Like
J2.
Yeah. I was in J2 before. I was in that house too. I was in that house.
All the way before the last house. You had
J2. Yo, but that was my first house that I went to too.
All the way in the back.
And that was the best. That was the worst. That was the worst house too. That was the worst than the back.
Yeah, they put me in J2.
Yeah. I was in J2 too. That was my first house.
Now, when I go back to R&D to get my stuff, dudes already seen me. So you had the Lion King dude that I snatched his chain on the island. I snatched 2 of his chains, right? And now he's, I think, 2nd or 3rd crown in Green.
Right.
And they had numbers in it. That was their spot. So it'd be 2nd or 3rd crown in this spot. You was somebody.
Right.
For the Lion King. So he had to say.
Right.
So when he seen me,
he
sent everything he could at me.
Yeah.
He sent everything he could, man. It was like, yo, I wasn't even in there 8 hours.
Wow.
And
And then what?
It was crazy. We was fighting. I ran a dude I was in Coxsackie with, dude I was on the island with. My son, Boom, God bless the dead. He got killed in, I don't know, that club, Sophie Lounge, that's on Fordham, where BBQ's at.
No, I don't know. I'm not familiar with the Bronx. I know everywhere else, but I try to stay away from the Bronx.
He wound up, he got hit in the head.
Damn.
With a bottle and fell down the stairs and broke his neck. He was messing with Fat Joe and them. They paid for the funeral. They took care of everything,
Oh, shit.
But my son, Boom, he got killed, whatever the case may be up in there.
Damn.
But he was with me. My son from YO Zoe, he was with me. My son said, and a couple of other dudes. Sad's in Florida. That's my boy.
Right.
And there's a couple other dudes, you know. But when they see me,
Mm-hmm.
you know, we going back. Sad was in the house. Zoe was next door. He seen me. We was in the cat together. So he do his thing. Why do a fishy do. Me and him was in a couple of jails together. So now I'm going back. Boom. He knocking dudes out. Zoe cutting dudes. I'm cutting dudes, swinging, fight going crazy. There's a red dot on the walkway. We all just running crazy. Now going back to the dude, I took his chain. I snatched his chain, right? And like the next week, he got a bigger and better chain. Like, yeah, that shit wasn't nothing you did. I got that little bullshit chain.
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh, you got a better chain for me? That's what I'm thinking. So I snatched that chain too.
For real?
So now I got both chains, and he held that. So now he's in green.
Wow.
3 years later, or whatever the case may be. He sent the boys at me.
Right.
Then the Muslims is like, yo, we not messing with you.
Right.
You coming here, you ran with the Bloods, you doing this, and you ain't bringing us problems. So you on your own.
Right.
So I had a Bronx clique, and then I was in Kasanke with Born Son. I don't know if you ever heard of Born Son from Brownsville.
No.
I was Born Son. Anyway, we all come over. We in Green. So Born Son, he's big in Brooklyn. He's big in the system. He had HCM locked down on the island.
Oh, shit.
He's a fishy dude. You know, they saying some shaky stuff about him now. I don't know, but he was always good with me. And he said if he had a meeting with the Spanish dudes, like, yo, listen, anything original get cut up in here, and it's not justifiable because y'all just want to run dudes out, we shutting it down.
Mm-hmm.
So they thought he was bullshitting. You know?
Oh, shit. And then
they thought he was bullshitting. Then what? He shut that shit down.
How did he shut it down?
They cut a dude, Webb. I don't know if you ever heard of Webb from Queens.
Webb and Nitty?
Webb and Nitty.
Yeah.
No pretty boy Webb.
Oh, shit.
Webb went crazy, and he was in A1.
He was in A1, the house?
He set the first alarm off.
Oh, he got cut?
Hell no. Webb, pretty boy, Webb Fisher.
Yeah,
Webb went home for 8 hours. That's another story. Me and Webb, Webb funny. That's my dude.
Yeah.
So Webb, he set it off in A1.
Wow.
After he set it off, Panda set it off, and then you had red dot A1, red dot A2.
Yeah.
And then it was just red dots everywhere.
Oh, shit.
They was like, yo, lock the jail line.
Oh.
They took all the blacks out that was a threat, right? Because we was tearing up the Spanish dude.
Mm-hmm.
It was more than, they was easy targets. They wasn't ready for that.
Mm-hmm.
They had us all lined up on the gate.
Uh-huh.
They had the van with the sheets in it with the eyes cut out.
Yeah. Shut the fuck.
Yeah. They had the eyes cut out with dudes pointing. Yo.
Oh, they were telling.
Yeah. They was riding in the police van.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? On the walkway. They had all the blacks from all the houses on the gate standing there. And they just pointing. Yeah, home.
And then what happened? And then y'all went to the box?
They packed. I slid through the cracks. They didn't give me that time.
Right.
They didn't give me that time. But they
Right.
got me. They got me. You know? It was going down.
Shit.
It was going down. You know, it was. I can't say it was a boring day. Not one day in Green. It was so bad, right? When I was in Green, they wanted me so much, right, that everywhere I went, I had to have dudes, 3 or 4 dudes to walk me. I was in school. I didn't have my GED yet.
Yeah.
So I had to go vocational, and I had to go to
and Spanish people was on you.
Yeah.
Everywhere
so
you went.
everywhere I went, they was trying to get me. And I had a team. I had 4 or 5 dudes every day. They'll walk me to school. When I get out of school, they'd be right there waiting for me to get out, and we walk back to the unit.
Damn.
Because that's how they wanted me. That's how bad they was trying to kill me.
What the fuck?
They was trying to kill me. Visit. Same thing. Dudes would walk me to the visit. The police knew they was letting dudes get away with that. Listen, they was like, all right, just wait till they clear the compound or whatever, then you could go out we give you a pass to go out to the visit. Because we can't let all your friends, all your homies go out with you. But they knew when visit was over, they was there. I come out that visit, and I had my peoples there.
Are you kind of like, not afraid, but would that anything will ever come back now?
Yeah. Yeah. I always think about that.
Damn.
You know, that's why I took myself out this equation. That's why I'm not living in New York right now, because I will constantly have to be on point, constantly worried. You know, and you can't be like that.
Yeah, as a human, like as a person.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's like, all right, if I would have came back to New York getting out of jail, I would set myself up for failure because either I was going to get killed, something was going to happen,
God.
or I was going to get caught with another gun, or I was going to get caught doing something to somebody.
Fuck, bro.
So it was no way that I could actually come to New York to survive, to live everyday life.
So what about the people who don't got that privilege, I guess, to go out of New York?
Go out of New York, you see they go back and forth to jail. They be getting jammed up. That's why the statistics are so high with dudes going back, because it becomes a revolving door. Because they say, I'd rather get caught with it than without it.
Right.
You know, I can sit here as I'm telling you stories. This person's not around no more. This person's not around.
Yeah, you said like Light. And you
Light
said
got killed. It's like, yo, you get caught with it or get caught without it. You know what I'm saying? It's a lose-lose situation. So to come back in the city, it was like, no, that wasn't an option. I ain't make that an option for me when I had the potential to go out of state.
Wow.
I'm not far from the city. I could show my face in the city. I ain't do no ratting stuff. My name ain't bad. None of that. I just choose for me to be successful in raising my kids. You know, I got to step my game up.
Right.
I got to get out the way, give my kids a chance, give even myself a chance to grow old. You know, I always said I didn't want to die in jail. I'm not trying to die in jail. I'm not trying to be one of these old heads that's in jail forever. They're like, yeah. No, even right now, like when we talk about these stories, this is going back 30-some years ago. This is 92.
Right.
I might not look like...
Yeah, you hell no.
And then, like I said, even I don't got no stranger. When I tell my war stories or I tell stories, people don't believe me because they like, how you go through all that and you ain't get no cut on your face. You ain't get shot or you ain't this, you ain't that. So a lot of people don't believe me.
But you did get cut, I'm sure.
Nah.
Like even in your body?
I never got cut.
Whoa.
Never got cut. I got stabbed one time.
Oh, you got
right here. One time in my shoulder, right? And the person who did that, that was the adult dude. That was the adult dude that when I first went to the adult that I did him dirty. I cut him like 15 times.
Got it.
And that wasn't even, and by the time that plastic knife got through my clothes, it really ain't do nothing. Wow. So I wouldn't even consider that getting stabbed.
Wow.
You know, he barely broke the flesh.
Wow.
You know?
Wow.
Then I got a tattoo over it, so you would never know, but I ain't got staples. I ain't never been shot. You know what I'm saying? Wow. God bless you, know what I'm saying? I guess that wasn't my plan.
Right. Like, do you think, like, maybe, like, how did you do it? You know? Like, how did you move like that? Was it, like, from reading? Was it from, like, just, like, natural instincts? Was it?
I would say it's natural instincts and the blessing of Allah. Because he protected me. You know how they say, oh, when I was there struggling and I was by myself, and they always say that they was like, no, that's the times we carried you. You wasn't by yourself. You know, and I like I said, I believe in Allah, I'm Muslim. I believe that he protected me because it was times that I was supposed to come out that with some type of mark, you know.
Or
it
even
was like,
death.
Yeah,
right?
It's like, you know, you seen Pulp Fiction, right?
Yeah.
And you seen when the dude shot at Samuel Jackson and John Travolta, and he shot the cannon, and they was like, yo, and neither one of them got hit. He was like, yo, that's a sign. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? That's a revelation. I'm out. You know, and that's how I am. You know, I seen the sign. I got a second chance. I'm out. I'm not with it. You know, I'm going to take myself out. If I can take myself out the equation, I am. You know, right. And I did what I had to do because I know Allah protected me, and I won't say a bully, but I wasn't oppressing nobody. I did what I had to do to survive, and I didn't go beyond that survival to make other people uncomfortable. If it wasn't part of my survival, I was leaving you alone. I wasn't a person that was just oppressing because I could. Because I could have did a lot of things in the Ford building. I could have did a lot of things up north because of my name. Because I knew I could get away with it. But you know what? I let people live. And when I had the opportunity to look out for dudes, like it was a lot of dudes in my hood that I go to my hood right now, and they know when they came through, I looked out for them. They got mad love for me.
You know, and speaking of love, right? Like, you did say one thing that kind of like, I was like, oh shit, I wanted to kind of deep dive into the topic real quick, but loyalty. And I feel like you didn't get a lot of loyalty by your peers, or not peers, but by your peoples that's supposed to, I feel like.
Nah, I didn't.
What?
I didn't. Growing up, like my people told me a certain way to go about things to how I should be because they was older, they were street dudes, but they was just using me because they know I had the heart.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't follow up on what they were supposed to do as far as making sure I was good in the course of my bid, making sure
But
my
why
people,
did they? But why did they have to do anything? I want to ask you. I just want to ask you. Why did they have to? Why did they have to do anything for you?
because that is just, even if they can't do it physical, the support you need that helps you out. The pictures, the letters.
But why did they have to though?
Like, that was because I did. Dude ain't shoot me. Ain't nobody do nothing to me.
Got you. I see why
I did that because I was a part of a team, a crew.
Got it.
And I was obligated. I felt I was obligated and I had to do what I did. I could have played stupid or act like I didn't know how the game go. And they shot my man and I fell back.
Right.
And we're going to see what he going to do. We're going to wait till he get out the hospital. If he don't want to retaliate, then we're going to leave it alone. I didn't have the beef. The beef wasn't personal. I didn't get shot. So being that I went, you told me somebody do something. If somebody hit you, you hit them back. That's what your parents tell you, right? They hit you, hit them back. Somebody do something, you do it back.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I was brought up.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let them get dude valet, you valet him. You don't wait. You know what I'm saying? Later on or whatever the case may be. No, you handle your business.
Right.
I got a hammer on me, I got a gun on me, and you shoot my man, you ain't gonna be like, yo, well, Bill had a gun, so why he ain't doing nothing when they shot such and such? He had a gun on him.
Right.
So what the hell I got a gun on me for if I ain't gonna use it?
Right.
That's why I don't keep guns on me no more, because I know I'm gonna use it.
Correct.
So I stay away from all that. And like I said, I don't go nowhere where I need a gun.
100%.
If I need a gun, I'm not going there.
100%. 100%. And no, because like I said, like, and that loyalty, I feel like, you know, like, do you feel like you was loyal by default or like just like, you know, and then you should, you know, like you're supposed to do that, right?
I was loyal to them, but they wasn't loyal to me. But as the course of me doing my time, I ran into a bunch of loyal people that knew my pain. I felt their pain, and we bond a brotherhood. And from me being incarcerated, I deal with people now that I know the loyalty is there because they went through what I went through.
Right.
And we got to understand, I'm closer with dudes in prison than I am with dudes that I grew up with.
Right.
Right. And even though I don't talk to them every day, I don't need to talk to them.
No, that's right.
Because they just a call away.
Right.
When I call them, when they call me, everything stopped. So what's up? And if I'm working, I'm doing something, and I see that missed call, you will get it. It ain't going to be no days later. Because I stay with my phone pretty much in my hand, everybody these days. So I'm looking, it's just a matter of time. I will hit you back.
Right.
Like I said, I got a bond and loyalty with people in the penitentiary because we went through the struggle together.
Right.
People lost parents, brothers, families, girls left them. And we went through that same pain. And we was there for one another. So that right there built the brotherhood. I'm closer with dudes that I was, like I said, incarcerated with than my own family, my own blood.
Wow, right.
You know, so the loyalty right there is different. It's a deeper loyalty. You know, and I don't got to worry because I know, like I said, even if I don't talk to them every day, I know they there, and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes when I get phone calls from individuals, I get scared because I think it's that call that somebody done violated somebody's daughter. Dude calling me like, yo, I dread that. Yo, dude done raped my daughter. Because everybody grown, so everybody got daughters and kids of age in their 20s now that I done dealt with. So that's what I dread. But they not going to call me out to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because they know I got so much to lose. And I wouldn't call a person out to do something to me because they got things to lose because they're established. If you ain't got a family, I'm not really dealing with you. I'm trying to deal with people that's established. You know, so they not out there starting no bull crap.
Yeah, but there are people who still got family who like goes off instincts and like anger too. If anything happens, like
they always told me, don't let your anger and your emotions supersede your intelligence.
Right.
Now I learned to sit back instead of reacting. Like I was a hothead, but I know what that cost me. Mm-hmm. That cost me a lot of years of my life. People can't say they did over 20 years in the penitentiary, and I done been to penitentiaries. Every time I got locked up from juvenile, they put me in the worst jail from juvenile. I had to work myself down. The state, they put me in the worst jails. I had to work myself down. The federal penitentiary, they put me in the worst jails. I have to work my way down. Mm-hmm. So I done been through it. Mm-hmm. You know, so.
I feel that, you know, and one thing that also kind of touched me too was with your son. I felt like maybe one of your older sons, you said like is in the streets,
Yeah.
like, and how do you feel as like, as a father, like,
When I try to talk to him. I try to
hmm
show him the way. I try to put him on the game and say, listen, I'm doing better than most of the people you know that's actually on the streets hustling. Because there's going to come a point in time that cash ain't going to get you nowhere. So even if they got a few dollars,
what do you mean the cash ain't gonna get you?
cash, I
What do,
mean, uh, uh, uh,
why do you say that?
U.S. currency.
Hmm
Because the value of a dollar doesn't mean anything. It ain't like back in the day where you could walk up in the dealership and say, I got 20, 30, 40, 50,000 cash. They're going to call the cops on you.
hmm
You know, it's very rare you're going to find a distance. So you can't go, I got $500,000 now and under the mattress.
hmm
I'm going to take this $500,000, buy me a house. You can't do that no more.
hmm
You're going to jail. They're going to get a percentage of that money when they tell on you.
hmm
So the cash, the physical cash ain't nothing no more. So I'm trying to explain to them it's credit. You know, I could walk in any dealership and get any kind of car I want. I'm a homeowner. You know,
So how do you tell your kid who's in the streets though? And like I said, a
I
person
try
who's been seasoned and who, is
when,
getting out of that
when
type
I
of shit.
tell him, when I explain to him,
Yeah.
like he's mesmerized with that lifestyle. He really wants me to be back in that lifestyle.
No, I don't
But
think you
the image. Oh, my father's this, my father's that. You know what I'm saying? He want to glorify that because that's what he sees. That's what he knows. He done came visit me in the penitentiaries. He been brought to the visits and everything. So, and he sees the respect I get from
hmm
when he's in the neighborhood. People know that's my son.
hmm
So he glorifies, and that's what he want to do.
hmm
He want to be in the street. He want to be a legend. He want to have his name out there. And I try to tell him it's not about that. You could do things quietly and be successful in winning your own way.
Right.
Because at the end result, like I say, the end result is me getting a job working. So all that work I put in on the street and in the jails didn't get me nowhere. If I knew this was going to be the end result, me working a 9 to 5, I could have cut 20 years out of my life and just started 9 to 5 then and probably been successful. Started my own business. I'm fresh home. I'm only home 6.5 years.
Right.
And I accomplished success.
Right.
And I know dudes that have been home 30 years and they ain't accomplished what I accomplished. But I had a goal and I knew what I wanted.
hmm hmm
So, and I try to, like I said, going back to my son, I try to explain to him, like, he deals with Dave East,
Oh
right?
shit.
He deals with Dave East, my son,
Dope.
right? But him dealing with Dave East got his own thing going on. So he kind of looks like him, favor him. You know, I'll show you later, like, pictures of my son or whatever the case may be. And I'm like, he's doing his own thing. You want to do your own thing. You want to be successful. You can't be in his shadow or try to think he's going to do something for you. You got to do your own. And I try to explain to him hustling. When you hustle,
hmm
whether you work a 9 to 5 or not, that's still a hustle.
Yeah.
Any means to make money
Right.
is a hustle.
Right.
And you could do it the right way and be successful. And I'm living proof. You know, look what I'm doing. I'm working. Yeah, I'm busting my ass. But I got the results to show for it. And it's never going to be easy. When it's easy, they're not going to appreciate it.
100%. It's gonna go in and out.
And not because you ain't going. I cherish everything I got, I worked for, I worked hard for. I appreciate, I cherish it.
Right.
You know, like it was an incident at my job a couple of months ago, right?
hmm
A dude hit another dude car in the parking lot.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was a little accident
Right.
in the parking lot.
Right.
And I'm like, yo, he would have hit my truck, it'd have been on. One of us was going to jail tonight.
You were
know?
saying that.
Yeah, I'm saying that. He's
Yeah.
lucky he ain't hit my joint.
Right.
No, and then he told me he ain't got no insurance. And
Right.
he ain't got no license. I said, yo,
What the fuck?
unfortunately, he's not at the job no more.
Right.
But I'm like, yo, come on, you driving around like that, you driving around reckless, and you can't afford to fix somebody's stuff. You don't got no insurance, so I supposed to just like what you want me to do? You just hit an $80,000 vehicle that I'm still paying a note on, and it's expensive as hell to get fixed. What you want me to do? Just let it slide?
Right.
And you tell me you ain't got no insurance?
Right.
Somebody got to pay for this.
Right.
You know, but they was like, oh, you would have went back to jail for that. I said, nah, he would have went to jail. But if that would never been the case, my shit got to get fixed. I'm not, oh, that's materialistic. Yeah, but I worked hard for it. It's mine.
Yeah.
This is what keep me going, and this is what's keeping me off of people's ass, and this was keeping me off the street. So you're not going to just destroy my stuff.
No, and I get it, but you know, there's legal ways to go about
Exactly.
it.
I'd have went to leave, but I was mad for the dude that got his car hit.
Yeah, but
you know what I'm saying?
no, 100%. But like I said, I just feel like sometimes you got that energy where it's like, yo, and I thought that, you know, you're gonna think first before reacting, but you know, the way you talking is like, damn, you're gonna imagine that shit happen to your shit.
I was mad. I was upset because I was just upset. I was like, man, he just did it and said he ain't got no insurance. I don't know if he had insurance or not. He was just saying that to try to hope homeboy don't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Call and try to go that way. I ain't got no insurance. I don't know if he was playing. He didn't have nothing. I'm like, you're not gonna play these games with me.
No, and you know, but like I said, you know, shit happens. But I just feel like, you know, what I learned right now is like, too, like, you know, I get angry real quick and I react off emotions, you know, and I'm trying to just like, and even like people cutting me in the car, I'll be getting mad, like, so, like, you know, road rage type shit. But I'm like, that person's not even going to get mad. Like, so why am I going to get mad? Like, you know, and they just get. And like, you know, I see that in your situation just now. Like, like you're mad for that other guy when that guy is just like, nah, it's fine. Like, you know, I'll get through the, you know.
We're going to figure it out.
Right.
They worked it out. They worked it out.
That's what I'm saying.
They worked it out. There's ways I know, but it's like, yo, sometimes that's why, like, I'm not going to always have a good day. Mm-hmm. And this was like taking myself out of New York, because you're going to have bad days in New York, and you got to constantly think. There's more people you have to think for in New York than you got to think for when I'm out in PA.
Right. Facts.
You know?
Facts. So I see what you're saying.
The less people I got to interact with, the better off I am. Mm-hmm. I get peace, like I said, when I'm in my house. I don't want to hang out in clubs and bars and do none of that. I spend all this money on a mortgage every month. I'm going to enjoy this house. Right. This is where I'm going to be. Right. I'm not successful yet, where I'm going out partying, clubbing, and something could happen bad. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You never know. Right. Like they say, bullets don't have no name on it, and I ain't got nothing to do with nothing. I'm out there, and something bad happens because wrong place, wrong time. Mm-hmm. So I'll be mindful of all that. When I want to go have fun, get on a plane, get a passport stamp, go to the beach, go to somebody's beach, and chill.
Have you traveled?
A little bit. I ain't leave the country. I got my passport, but you know, I ain't get a stamp yet.
Yo,
but I've been
you should go, like, you know, go to like Asia and shit, Asian countries and shit like that.
I'm going somewhere.
Right.
I'm gonna do something.
Speaking of Asia, right? Like, I don't want to like pedal back, but I gotta ask you this: have you ever been locked up with Asian people, like?
Yeah.
In the New York?
Yeah.
Who?
I can't think of their names right now, right? I can't think of their name. But I was locked up with you. It was 2 Asian dudes in my house, right? I don't know if Hassan was in the house or not, right?
Oh shit. It was in 93.
It was in 93, right?
Uh-huh. It was the brothers, who got
Nah, not the ones that did that thing in the mess hall and broke the stick. But it was similar situation.
No way.
It was a similar situation in the house.
What happened?
Because the police was trying to talk to one of the Asian dudes crazy. Mm-hmm. And I think he ain't know too much English. Right. So when he was talking to the other agent, he caught offense of it, right? Uh-huh. And he wound up popping off on police. I guess the police trying to search. I forgot what really happened.
Right.
And they went crazy in a little area up at where the police bubbles at. Once you get in between the doors and the stairs at, right there, they went crazy.
They went crazy?
They got in there, yeah. Police come, they hit the alarm, other police came, and they was fighting, and they was having a hard time. I mean, these Asian dudes, right, they was probably about 90 pounds. They was light. Right. And they gave these grown-ass men, mind you, they adolescents to they teenagers, and they gave these grown-ass CEOs problems. They couldn't contain them.
Wow.
You know?
Wow.
I can't think of their name, but, you know.
Yeah, because there's not a lot of Asian people in the States, you know?
Nah.
So, like... Shout out to all my Asians, man.
Yeah, every Asian, I done ran a few of them, and all of them was cool.
Right.
You
We
know,
gotta be though. Like in the,
they had their little swag with them. They was cool.
Right. And what would you tell your 20-year-old self before, like 20 years ago? If you could tell him right now, like,
Think more, be humble, and observe. You got to be very observant. Watch your surroundings. Watch what you say. Talk less. Listen more. Be patient. Let things fall in place. You don't run the universe. Our God runs the universe. He's the best at planning. So whatever he has planned to you or coming to you is going to happen. You don't have to force nothing to happen. Let it just happen. Have a plan and think. And this is something that they don't teach you in these New York schools. They don't really teach you how to think. They don't start teaching you how to think until you get to college. And sometimes maybe not then, but they don't really teach you how to think. You try to ask a question, you get in trouble. But now I haven't been to school in a long time, so things might have changed, but they don't really teach us to think. But I would have taught my 20-year-old self, I'm saying, think, be patient, be observant, listen more, and pretty much focus.
Right. Right.
And know that whatever you work hard for, if you do lose it, you work for it once, you got it once, you could get it again. You don't have to go crazy. And that goes back to if a dude would have hit my truck. That's materialistic. Yeah. It's like he hit it, you get it fixed, or you get another one. It's going to come back. You don't have to put yourself at risk, for something like that. Materialistic thing. Right. Materialistic gain,
Right. And speaking of materialistic thing though, I'm a little bit of a sneakerhead. Yeah. And were you ever like a sneakerhead coming up?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What was you rocking when you was coming up as a kid?
How far back?
I'm just saying, like, what do you like remember, like the most? Like, damn, like I wanted these, like, and then you got them, or like you never got them. Like, what's your fondest like memory of sneakers?
I had a lot of sneakers. I'm trying to think a situation whether I was in jail or on the street. Because I always got sneakers. I always had sneakers. I'm just trying to think. There was a pair of Bo Jacksons.
Oh shit.
Bo Jacksons.
Yeah.
I always wanted, and I had that size 8 at the time. I had my feet been little, but it was like everywhere I went, nobody had that size. And it took years, right? The black and gray Bo Jacksons.
The black and gray joints.
I didn't get a pair of them black and gray Bo Jacksons till I came home after doing 12 years in the state.
Right.
But I kept it. I love them sneakers.
Right.
I got to get them.
Right.
And those are always a pair of sneakers I wanted. And, I got them. Yeah, certain kind of Hirashis I like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You naming a lot of Nikes. Yeah. Like, I thought you was old school, so like, I try to go kind of left field with this.
Yeah, I got shells. I got shells. I got Stan Smiths. I got them in the crib right now that never won. I got sneakers I had for 2-3 years that I ain't even put on my feet yet.
Well, but like I said, it's just like, yo, my boy wanted to be anonymous with this, but like we appreciate.
Are they California Pumas?
No, it's different.
It's different. Let's see.
Look at it, had the Swarovski diamonds in this shit.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. And it's a classic shoe, you know what I'm saying? And
that's why I love classics.
You know what I'm saying? And I just wanted you to, you know what I mean? Just token of appreciations, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I know I just feel like you like not out there, you just laid back.
Yeah, laid back. I do these. I definitely rock these. I got the the California Pumas. I got like a few pair of California Pumas. I love them. Those like a classic.
Right.
So I come out from time to time with them,
Or the Clydes. This is the Clydes.
But I like them. These definitely. I gotta get a shirt to go with this though.
Yeah, you gotta get some. But yeah, like I said, I appreciate you, bro. Like and you come home and like I said, you went through a lot. I heard your name. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm young. Like now I'm like I don't know. I'm old too now,
Yeah.
yeah, yo, and like I said, you're alive and well, and like I said, I appreciate like just good people that what I mean, and I just want to just get your story a little bit, and what I mean,
We just talking. I really ain't tell you my story.
right.
No, we just vibing,
Nah, yeah,
but it
yeah.
leaves opportunity for another time.
Nah, for sure. For
But
sure.
it's
For
just
sure.
it's
You
trying
got
to
the red carpet anytime, bro.
is us putting out a message as well.
Right.
Us
Right.
putting out a message is just not about just telling war stories. Is this is still me being alive and getting up every day is a success story as well.
Yeah, no,
I
and
feel
I wanted your, the redemption story. It's like, yo, what are you doing now and for the future? You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
working 60 hours a week.
Damn. Damn.
Some weeks the less I work is about 48 hours, but
Wow.
I'm working.
Wow.
I'm working. I'm putting that work in, and sometimes things get hard. Sometimes it don't. But I wake up and I know this is what I have to do to get ahead, to stay out here, work. Like I said, the bank owned my house, but I brought it. I was able to come with the deposit, the closing. I got the first time homeowners. I got that.
Fire. Now, congrats on that too.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I wish you much success, bro. Like,
I'm still gonna ain't stop here.
yeah,
It's not gonna stop. As long
yeah,
as I got the drive, as long as I'm alive, I gotta set myself up because one thing I say, I don't want to work a job and retire and struggle. When I retire, I want to retire. I want to have a passive income coming in. Because the way things are set up now with society, you don't know what's gonna happen. I don't have a pension, I have a 401k.
yeah,
But you don't know if how far that's gonna get me.
right.
So I gotta set up other things, other avenues. And I know I have potential to do more than what I'm doing.
For sure. For sure.
I'm still getting my feet wet. I'm still
You could do a lot of things, I feel like, like whatever you love it, you could put that onto Instagram if you want to. Like social media is big,
I'm doing that. So I got my page, BX Wild Bill. You go on the page, you look at it, it shows you like somewhat of my everyday living, what I'm doing. BX Wild Bill. You see, I haven't really established which way I want to go with this, but I want to say I'm a regular person.
You should find more I feel like you should find like more editors or like a camera guy around your way who you could trust and kind of work with him and then build it together.
Yeah.
And just like make it look a little bit more official, and and people will really gravitate towards your story and all that. I could really see that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a good word of advice. Now, I'm gonna take everything that comes to me. It's like I said, I'm still learning, and I haven't been on these streets as long as I've been incarcerated. So once we match these times up, then I can say I'm still wet behind the ears with being a civilian. So it's like
one last thing too. What do you regret? Do you have any regrets?
No.
No?
No regrets. And the reason why I say I don't have no regrets, because I am who I am now because of my past. And if I change anything in my past, I won't be this person.
Correct.
And I also tell people, if I was to get rich tomorrow, a lot of people say, oh, he got rich overnight. No, it took me 48 years to get to that spot for me to get that money to be rich. It wasn't no overnight success. It took me 40 years to be in this position, whatever position I'm at, to get that. So if you change something, I might not never get that success. So like I said, I wouldn't change nothing for that reason. Because this is still a work in progress. I'm right here at the time of my life. I'm at the second phase of my life. I ain't even get to the third phase. I'm at the second phase.
Wow.
And I still got the opportunity still do a lot of things, so I wouldn't change nothing. Because that takes away from, you got to know your past, know your future, so that takes away from my future plans.
That's
So
real.
it's experience that came with that.
Right.
I failed, but I learned.
Right.
I got back up.
Right.
I learned from my mistakes. I try to learn from your mistakes or whoever else's mistakes I could learn from, and I learned to listen. If somebody tell me don't do this, I know, hold on, I'm smart enough to don't do that. Why? It's got to be a reason he's saying it, and find out that reason. So, like I said, I won't change nothing. I'm cool where I'm at right now. I'm at peace right now. And I tell people, just because I'm at peace, that don't mean I don't got that fire in me.
Right.
You know?
Right.
That switch could get hit, but I try not to do that.
Right.
So I stay away, do people people a favor by staying away.
Right. Right.
So
nah, man, I appreciate you pulling up, man. And like I said, this was like a dope interview. Like I just felt like I was just like, oh shit, just listen to all your shit. And like I said, I really appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I feel like there's like
I got more. We ain't even.
I know, touched even the surface.
Yeah,
like,
we ain't even. I'm writing a book. I'm in the process of writing a book.
Yeah.
Well.
Tell them what you got. What you got?
I'm in the process of writing a book. I still got a long ways to go, but this book is going to be basically my experience on Rikers Island and what people may not know or how things was when I was down there.
Right.
Like I got my YouTube page, my Facebook page, and my Instagram page, and there's another page, TikTok. And everything now is BX Wild Bill. So if you want to see what I'm into, what I'm doing, how I treat my kids, my grandkids, and everything, you can always check in on me on social media, BX Wild Bill. You know, I try to stay updated with my posts, but check me out.
Check him out, man. We got a legend right here. Like I said, it's the Uppercut Podcast. And like I said, man, I appreciate fucking Wild Bill for pulling up.